Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all are fine. It's me, your physics teacher, Miss Sundas Jabeen, and welcome you all of you in Army Public School online sport program round 2. We are working in week number 8. And in this week we will work on our chapter number 5 named as gravitation. Our today's topics are force of gravitation, law of gravitation, and Newton's third law of motion. So we will start our lecture from our first topic, that is force of gravitation. In general word, we can say that force of gravitation is known as force of gravity. It is a force due to which every body of the universe attracts every other body. This force is known as force of gravitation or gravitational force. In other words, you can say that it is force of gravity. Just you have seen in the diagram that due to this force, the planets or the earth revolve or rotate around the sun in a circular orbit. And just because of this force, this apple will be attracted towards the earth and fall down from the tree. Our next topic is law of gravitation. What is law of gravitation? Law of gravitation is defined as every body in the universe attracts every other body with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers. Just you have seen in the diagram, there are two objects having masses m1 and m2 separated by a distance d. Both of the masses attracts each other and the force acting on it will be equal to product of their masses, means m1 into m2, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between their centers, means f directly proportional to 1 over d square. Its mathematical form is f is equals to g m1 m2 over d square. We will prove this formula mathematically such that f directly proportional to m1 m2 and f is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them, means f directly proportional to 1 over d square. By mentioning these equation by equation 1 and 2 and by combining both of these equations, we will get a relationship that is known as f is equals to g m1 m2 over d square. Here g is the proportionality constant. It is called the universal constant of gravitation. In SI units, its value is constant and its value is 6.673 into 10 raised to power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Now, there is a question arises that why gravitational field cannot be felt between objects around us. As we can say that it is a force by which every body of the universe attracts each other, then why we can't felt it? The answer is so simple that due to small value of g, the gravitational force of attraction between objects around us is very small and we do not feel it. Since the mass of the earth is very large, it attracts nearby object with a significant force known as force of gravitation, and we can find out the value of this force by the formula, that is F is equals to G m1 m2 by d square. Now we will move on towards our next topic, that is law of gravitation and third law of motion. Law of gravitation and third law of motion both relates with each other with some reference point. In law of gravitation, two masses m1 and m2 attracts each other with the same force but opposite in direction. Just you have seen in the diagram previously that F will be acting on m1 and minus F will be acting on mass m2. Same case with the third law of motion, that action and reaction will be same in magnitude but opposite in direction. If we consider force on m1 will be as action and force by m2 will be as reaction, we can clarify this phenomena that law of gravitation and third law of motion is in contrast with each other in this respect. That's why we can say that law of gravitation is consistent with Newton's third law of motion. Now we will solve example 5.1 from your book with the same procedure that you have discussed before, that is relevant to gravitational force or force of gravitation. So look at example 5.1, that is two lead spheres each of mass 1000 kg are kept with their centers 1 meter apart. Find the gravitational force with which they attract each other. We will start to solve this numerical problem by writing down the given data, that is m1 and m2, which is equal to 1000 kg, and the separation between them or the distance between them is equals to 1 meter. Now what is need to be find out, that is force of gravitation. We will start to solve it by the formula, that is F is equals to G m1 m2 by d square. By putting all the values in the formula, we will get the force by which these two spheres attracts each other, and that force is equivalent to 6.673 into 10 raised to power minus 5 Newton. Now by looking at this example, we will solve our numerical problem from exercise question 5.1, that is find the gravitational force of attraction between two spheres each of mass 1000 kg. The distance between the center of the sphere is equals to 0.5 meter. We will solve this numerical problem by the example that we have discussed before. In this numerical, mass m1 which is equivalent to m2 and its value is 1000 kg. The distance between the center is equals to 0.5 meter, and we are asked to find the gravitational force of attraction between these two spheres. We will start to solve this numerical by the formula, that is F is equals to G m1 m2 by d square. By putting all the values in the formula, we will find out the value of force, that is 2.6692 into 10 raised to power minus 4 Newton. We will solve our next formula from exercise 5.2, that is the gravitational force between two identical lead spheres kept at 1 meter apart is 0.006673 Newton, and we are asked to find their masses. We will solve this by writing down its given data, that is F is equals to 0.006673 Newton, which is equivalent to 6.673 into 10 raised to power minus 3 Newton. The separation between two identical spheres is 1 meter, and we are asked to find the masses. we are asked to find the both of the masses m1 and m2. It is difficult to find two things in the formula, so we will describe this formula in another way by rearranging it in some reference point, that is m1 equivalent to m2 and both of the masses m1 and m2 will be equivalent to mass m. By writing the value of m1 and m2 equivalent to m in the given formula, we will find out the masses in more appropriate way. So we will start it by writing the value of force, gravitational acceleration and the separation between them, and by rearranging this formula we will get another formula, that is m square equals to f d square by g. By putting all the given data in the formula, we will get the value of mass m2 m square, which is equals to 10 raised to power 8 kg square. Now we are allowed to find the two identical masses separately, so we will solve it by taking under root of this value, and after taking under root, this value will be divided into two equal halves, mass m1 and m2, and it is equivalent to 10,000 kg. Now we will solve exercise short question answers that is relevant to our today's topic. Our first question is 5.3, that is, do you attract the earth or the earth attracts you? Which one is attracting with a larger force, you or the earth? The answer is so simple and it is relevant to law of gravitation and Newton's third law of motion. According to law of gravitation, every object in the universe attracts the other object. We attract the earth and earth attracts us with equal magnitude of forces. Our next question is 5.8. Why law of gravitation is important to us? Answer is so simple that law of gravitation is important to us because number 1, it helps us to calculate the mass of planets. Number 2, it helps us to find the understand motion of artificial satellites. And the last point, it is used to understand variation in the value of gravitational acceleration with altitude. That's all from my side, students. Now note down your home task and do it on your loose sheets properly. Thank you.